Stuart McCracken and Ian Taylor are High Court enforcement agents.
You can run, but you can't hide, isn't that right, Ian?
28-year-old Stuart has been in the business for 10 years. But former construction worker Ian is new to the industry.
Finish this job, it's what, 60% driving, 20% waiting.
Isn't it just?
Together they travel the country in pursuit of debts and debtors.
That's the exciting thing about the job, you just don't know what you're going into.
Stuart and Ian are in Oxford to collect a £2,500 debt.
According to these notes, there's a taxi firm and like a tyre garage place.
Is it?
The debt dates back to 2012 and is owed by a taxi firm to a local electrician. Armed with a High Court writ, Stuart and Ian need immediate payment. Or they can seize goods to cover the debt. But today's mission is going to be challenging.
Hello? We're after Mr...
He worked last night, I think.
Right.
Sleeping.
Yeah. Yeah, if you could, please, that'd be great. Cheers, thank you. My name's Mr. McCracken.
The radio controller calls the director of the company named on the writ.
I'll keep trying.
Yeah, if you could, mate, please. Patience is key to this job. If you start losing your patience, you start losing sight of the goal, which is ultimately getting that situation resolved, hopefully in the way of the claimant getting his money back. How long do you think he'll be? Because the fact of the matter is, mate, if we'll have to wait another 45 minutes, we're going to be ringing transport to have stuff removed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're not here to cause distress or disrupt the business, mate. We just need to get payment sorted, that's all.
Back to the waiting bit again.
I love standing in dark corridors all day, every day. So have your nice shiny new boots worn in now, Ian?
Pretty much, yeah. Bit of baby oil.
All right.
It's what's
I bet you've got a bit of
that.
that around your house, haven't you?
Well, I bought it especially.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Sure you did, mate. We're all friends here.
An hour and 20 minutes later, and Stuart and Ian are still waiting. But they've run out of patience.
So I'm just waiting for a phone call to see how long transport are going to be, and we'll be getting a locksmith as well to open this door. Has he turned up, has he?
The company owner arrives in the nick of time.
Hello there, sir, you all right? My name's Mr. McCracken, High Court enforcement agent. Been asked to attend with regards to an outstanding writ.
Okay.
That's a copy for you there. Okay, we're at the stage now. The total amount outstanding, sir, is £2,679.74.
The company named on the writ is an executive car service. Its address is listed at these premises.
Yes,
If you
sir.
check in the company house.
We have already. It's already
Okay.
active. Okay, so you need to make payments. If not,
This place is...
The man is also the director of another firm, which is now clearly established at the same address as the other company.
not going around in circles with this, sir. You either make a payment or the goods are being removed.
Any payment.
Okay, okay.
And that's it.
That's fine.
Full stop.
Okay, no problem at all, sir.
Okay.
So we'll start unplugging stuff and they'll be ringing transportation.
okay.
They're going to say that the company that we're after doesn't trade out of this premises, but we've already done our checks on company's house. So we'll start unplugging stuff and they'll be ringing transportation.
okay.
Have you got a key? Have you got a key for that office in there?
No.
No, you haven't.
The company owner insists that he no longer has any assets belonging to the company named on the writ. Stuart needs him to prove it.
Have you got an inventory list for all the goods? No, thought not. Have you got a key for next door, sir?
Now, I hold you responsible.
Okay, I'll be ringing transportation then, sir.
It doesn't look like the man is going to pay today. So Stuart returns to his original plan of seizing assets.
Sometimes people will wait right to the end when we're actually starting to remove the goods and say, look, I can pay. And that's what the job's about. It's being patient and playing through that cycle.
To make matters worse, there's a problem.
Good afternoon. computer's crashed, they said turn something on. Our system's just gone down my channel, sorry. Right. I'm going home. Yeah. Like I say, my mate's a bricklayer. If he ain't got no bricks, he can't build no houses. And I'm a cabin. If I ain't got no computers, I can't send no cars out.
The company director has also disappeared. Stuart needs him to deal with the debt.
He's left his car here, he's wandered off. So we're just waiting now, mate, see if he comes back.
The controller heads home. His departure only makes the owner more upset.
Okay, now you're holding us for responsibility for stuff to leave.
Upstairs, Ian faces the full force of the company owner's anger.
And I hold the responsibility. You enter promises is not, and I want to hold your responsibility.
Listen, mate, you need to open up. No, I'm not waiting.
And I'm going to take the legal action against you.
You need to let me in. Yeah, you are. You need to let me in, mate.
No, I'm not.
It's false imprisonment, mate. I'll have you arrested. Phone the police.
No, leave them. They can't do nothing. They holding responsibility. Now my stuff is left because of you. You become unemployed because of
I need police, please. Yeah, I need immediate police assistance, please. I'm a High Court enforcement agent, and one of my agents has been held prisoner inside the building. They're not letting me into the building. People do panic and they'll try and use intimidation tactics. So the key in this job is to looking after each other and try and just diffuse that situation as quickly as possible.
With the police on their way, the taxi staff finally unblock the door.
Right, I've gained access to the building. Someone's just come and let me in now.
This is different company. You disconnect my stuff without permission.
Upstairs, the owner's complaints now turn to threats.
In a minute, before you leave, you write your name, your badge, your company, and you will see what's about to happen to you and to your company. Yeah, I'll take a legal action.
We're acting within the law.
Okay, you just leave me a letter now. You enter this promise.
I am not signing nothing. I do not have to sign anything.
You enter my promises without my permission.
No, hang on. You don't want to listen.
You enter my premises without my permission. I hold the responsibility. You destroyed the company here. You need to answer the call.
Answer the call. Answer the call. Answer the call, mate. You need to leave that open, mate, I'm afraid.
The owner's accusations escalate.
Steve, they kick him out.
He chose to go.
He chose to go.
And we have the whole thing on camera.
Did we say once that you need to go home? Did we say that? No, exactly.
No, we lost number of stuff.
Did we say that?
We have the whole thing on camera.
Yes. Okay.
So there we go.
We lost number of stuff because you're scaring him here.
No, I'm not. I can see. The officers have turned up now. Just this white door at the side, officers. All right, they're here now.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
How you doing? We are here to make sure that no harm comes to you and no harm comes to these gentlemen here, okay? In relation to the taking of property, we're not here to dictate what is taken. These gentlemen have decided what they've deemed.
How come? You presenting the law?
What is going on now is called civil law. We're here to enforce any criminal law and things like that, okay?
I'm actually quite glad when the police came because it calmed the whole thing down. But as soon as it's resolved, the better.
What we'll do is we'll hang around.
Just in case.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
The computer equipment is now Stuart's only option of recovering the debt. He still needs to be 100% certain that it belongs to the company named on the writ. The director remains insistent that it does not.
I'm just saying in front of this police officer,
No.
if you take any of those stuff, I hold your responsibility.
You can do so, but you need to make a payment.
I'm just saying in front of them.
Removing it will have serious consequences.
What I'm saying to him, give us few days to prove it. He's not going to allow it. And if he disconnect everything, 35 driver will be off the road unemployed from this second. No, it's my son.
It's a tough call. Stuart phones his office for advice.
Because if we shut everything down, the company can't trade, and he'll sue us for loss of business. And so I don't know where we stand with regards to that. Would you like to speak to him, or... Yeah, bear with me 1 second. Let me try and grab him, OK?
The owner's request for more time to provide paperwork requires approval from the office.
There you go.
Hello? What I'm saying, if you If you want to take anything, you responsible to damage the business, this damage. I said to him, I can't send the solicitor straight away. I'm happy to provide this letter from solicitor in 3 working days. Well, I'm telling you, I can't do nothing now. I can't pay anything. If you want to give me 5 days to prove this is belong to another person, I'm happy.
4 hours after he first arrived, Stuart has a plan.
5-day walker. Right, yeah, okay. Yep.
He heads back upstairs to break the news.
He said that what you can do is you're going to get 5 days, so you need to sign a control goods agreement, which basically means that the goods are now taken in control of the court. After 5 days, if you haven't provided that evidence, that gives us the right to come in and move the goods, but you say that you can get that to us in 5 days. Right, okay. And then we'll leave you to get on with your day.
If the owner is able to provide the evidence, then Stuart and the claimant will have to find another way of getting the money back.
Let's get the engine on, get the aircon on. Oh, cracking work on that. You want to get some lunch?
Yeah, please, mate.
We'll get lunch.
Steve Pinner and Paul Bowhill are highly experienced High Court enforcement agents.
Hello, sir. We have a High Court warrant here.
They spend more and more of their time
Hello.
evicting tenants who can't or won't pay their rent. Between them, they've overseen 400 evictions in the past 12 months alone. Hayes, Middlesex. Today, the enforcement team are on their way to an eviction, armed with a High Court writ.
Is the writ in the back?
Sometimes you go to an eviction and it's devastating to them and they're actually brought to their knees. But at the end of the day, somewhere, someone has been wronged.
This case will prove to be a real test for everyone concerned.
This is a completely fresh landlord. We've never worked for him before, Steve.
The team have been told by the landlord's letting agents that the tenants owe over £7,000 in rent. But they're not here to collect the debt. They're here to repossess the property and evict the tenants.
The defendant, Rajinder Kumar and Shasi Bala.
Most repossessions are enforced by county court bailiffs and take several weeks. But to get the tenant out sooner, the landlords have applied to the High Court.
Shall I get out and talk to the landlord?
Yeah, please.
The enforcement agents have come without warning.
Hello?
If the family don't answer the door, Steve can legally break it down.
Hello? Would you like to open the door, please? I think there's someone coming. Hello there, sir. I'm a High Court enforcement officer, and I have a writ from the High Court to repossess the property now.
Now?
Now.
But we got a letter 10 of July.
July? Yeah, court letter. Court letter था दिखाओ ले आके.
Well,
I'm showing you this court
Court
letter.
letter.
OK. This is from the county court. The county court has told you that the county bailiffs will come in July. The landlord, obviously not being paid any rent, doesn't want to wait till July. Has now proceeded to the High Courts, of which we give no prior notice at all. So if you want to speak to the solicitor, tell him that you have High Court enforcement officers here and we're repossessing the property.
Which has its own housing advisor. They ask to speak to Steve.
So what really needs to happen is they need to speak to the council, or if you could speak to the council for them and arrange temporary accommodation for them. OK, what he needs to do is get his essentials together so they got something to wear for the next few days, and then we can make arrangements to come back so they can collect the rest of the stuff. But they cannot stay in the property tonight. As harsh as that sounds, that's our instruction. It's very difficult when you get to a flat and there are children there because, you know, you're putting them out on the street through no fault of their own. They're going to take some stuff down to the safe store and clear their stuff out. So we've just got to change the lock, which is broken.
Mr. Kumar claims that he hasn't paid his rent because he's in dispute with the letting agents and a previous landlord. He says the letting agents evicted him from the property and wouldn't let him collect any of the family's possessions.
That's it.
He has not agreed the rent on this current property with the agents.
From 14th of March we are here. We had one 3-bedroom house there near street on Carnarvon Drive. There we had a 1-year contract and we were only there 6 months. And after 6 months they told that you have to move from there. And they put us here and they sold this property from behind. And they locked it, even all our belongings, because that's why we are sleeping on ground floor. And we have nothing, no furniture and nothing, everything is there.
The letting agents have their own point of view.
We sold previous property and then they moved here, but when they moved here, they refused to move from here. He was staying illegal, he wasn't paying any rent, he didn't sign any agreement, nothing. They're living since, I think, many weeks, and they need to pay, as we already informed him, £500 per week. So it's been, I think, about around 600,000–700,000.
Nobody is against with this paying rent. Yeah. They are asking £500 per week. This is house is for £500 per week. It is 5-star hotel or what is this? We are sleeping. Look the situation. Look the situation that this is for £500.
He kicked them out somewhere else, put them in here, to say that they could stay in here, and they've kicked them out here. There are some circumstances when we go to do a repossession and we can see from the circumstances at the property, it probably wasn't the tenant's fault at the time. On those jobs that, you know, you think to yourself, this is unfair, but our piece of paper tells us that it has to happen.
Sorry.
This eviction is the tragic consequence of the dispute with the letting agents. The housing advisor calls back.
Hello. Now, what are the officers are self-police or not?
We're not the police, no. Not by any means. We're High Court enforcement.
Okay. Okay, then I'm calling police and explain them.
Huh?
Call police.
Okay, it's fine. Okay, sir. The police officer is here.
Yeah, hello. Hello.
Okay. Here's another one. He has this one as well.
Unfortunately, they do have the power to remove you today.
Yeah.
The eviction will go ahead, and the Kumars will be homeless today.
Okay.
But Mrs. Kumar is worried about what will happen to their belongings.
Maybe little bit time to...
How long? Honestly.
I have only small car, naturally.
Yeah, they only need to take their personal belongings because they can come back at any stage and get the remainder
You only need
of
to
their
take
property.
enough for you to
Get you over a
get
few
you over a
days.
couple of days, and then you can come back with police and the landlord to get your rest of your
Is
belongings.
that okay?
Today you can't give us time?
No, not today I can't.
Not today?
I can't.
She is afraid that maybe because they did not let us our belonging to take from there. She is afraid from now we are going also empty, like empty hand from here, whatever our belonging is, that they will also not give us back. This she is worried about this.
Whatever is here is safe.
It is on
It is locked.
responsibility, no?
Oh yeah.
Because we don't trust them, the agency.
It's
Yeah.
safe.
It's safe.
With no disrespect to you, he doesn't trust you with the key.
Or he will again play around by calling his...
I have the keys.
That's it. That's the only answer. We need to be...
Somewhere else.
Sorry, I'm not rushing, but we need to be somewhere else. And that's it. You'll have the keys. That's the end of the story.
So we need to give them our phone number. I am the only person with the keys.
Yeah.
Me, no one else.
Okay.
Okay, so you need to call me
Okay.
in a couple of days or something when you're ready to move the rest of your stuff.
The Kumars still haven't had time to arrange any emergency accommodation, so Steve calls the council on their behalf.
He's been on the phone to everybody. They will need emergency accommodation as well. Yeah. Okay, I'll get a copy of that and I'll send it to you straight away. Okay, no problem. Thank you, bye-bye. We always try and make things as easy as possible for people once the initial upset has gone. We will do whatever we can to help them out. Things that don't physically cost anything, that makes life so much easier for us, and it shows to the defendant that we are actually human and not just there to do one job and that's the end of it. He's going to call you back in 10 minutes.
In 10 minutes.
He's going to call you in 10 minutes.
Thank you, madam.
We're going to send him the paperwork. We'll email him the paperwork.
I hope they will arrange something for today in emergency. They asked us whether we have someone, but we have nobody. I told him that we have only to sit outside, and that's it. Scared.
Yeah, great, yeah. Because we got our property back, yeah, that's great.
I wish you good luck from here on. Don't forget, call us and we'll come and get you, sort your bits out, okay? Okay, just relax. It's emotional at the best of times for anybody when they get asked to leave their property. Some people handle it better than others. Obviously, you know, you got to feel sorry for him because, you know, all right, they are possibly in the wrong. They haven't done what they're supposed to have done. They have been evicted. And it's just, some people just take it really hard to heart, which is understandable.
Figures published recently reveal that over 1,500 county court judgments were issued every day last year. This amounted to a staggering £1.6 billion worth of debt.
Today, Stuart McCracken and Ian Taylor are on their way to Sheffield with a High Court writ against a car dealership.
Defendant Paul Walker.
Too Fast, Too Furious.
That's him. I'm expecting lots of souped-up Japanese cars then. Yeah.
Well, like the films.
Some Skylines and...
Skylines, nitrous, alloys, tyres. Hopefully the cars will be free of finance, so it'll give us a bit of bartering power there.
Hope so, yeah.
The writ has been issued against Mr. Walker by an ex-customer.
Nice. Take photos, mate. Every car.
The customer claims that a car he bought from Mr. Walker's business was faulty.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see you in the office there. You after Mr. Paul Walker?
He's not on this site, he's at another site.
Right, so you able to get him on the phone, mate?
Yeah, of course I am,
Yeah.
What have you got?
Well, High Court enforcement.
All right, Sam.
Yeah.
Even though Mr. Walker isn't here to receive the writ in person, he is now officially on a deadline. Mr. Walker has to pay the full amount in the next 2 hours, or Stuart will seize his cars.
Do me a favour, mate, can you do your HPI on all vehicles, mate, please?
Right, so I'll start with this. Whiskey Alpha 52.
The first thing that we do when we get there is checking to make sure that none of them are on finance. Removing assets.
But Mr. Walker may have a means of avoiding payment and keeping his cars.
I'll see you in about 20 minutes to half an hour. He said he's got an application from the court to say that they've got more time to get evidence together, which sounds like a stay of execution, which means that obviously we can't do much today. So he says he's going to be down about 20 minutes to half an hour and show us that documentation.
For Stuart, a car enthusiast, killing time in a car showroom is a welcome break.
It's my dream car, this is.
Yeah?
Yeah. Always wanted one of these. Always.
Yeah.
850, 5 litre.
Half an hour later, Mr. Walker arrives with his paperwork.
Right.
You all right?
Yeah.
So this is a letter that we've got. We didn't get informed of the court date.
Yeah.
We phoned up the court to ask advice and say we haven't been informed of the court date. What do we do? They said you send a letter in.
Yeah. Yeah.
We get the letter.
Yeah, no, it's true. That letter doesn't mean anything. All that says is an N4 application to set aside the order is required along with the court fee of 50 quid.
Yeah, which we got on the 14th, which we've sent back to them, and they said they're going to send us a new court date.
Mr. Walker's attempt to appeal the original county court judgment has been superseded by the claimant's High Court writ.
Like I said, it's a High Court writ outstanding that's active now, and there's nothing on there to say that it's been stayed. An application to set aside the order is required, so that hasn't been done yet.
Which we've sent, yes it has.
So you need to phone the court and find out if that application has been received. You need to do that now.
It would be nice if the courts and the High Court would speak to each other and say what's going on, because we've got a letter from the courts which arrived, and 2 working days later we've got the High Court here. And we don't think it's fair. We still want to represent ourselves. We still want to put our case across because we believe we have a case to fight. We haven't been allowed to do that. Totally different departments and they're totally different divisions, so the court is nothing to do with the High Court. So when the writ is...
Mr. Walker gets an answer from the court, but it's not the one he's hoping for.
But because it's only a letter saying send an application in, the judge might not set the case aside, so they're still within their rights to take goods. I've spoke to the court and the courts have agreed that what they're saying is correct.
There's nothing they can do apart from pay the High Court writ or seize the assets, one of the two, whatever comes sooner. So that's the information that we want to hear.
With the clock ticking, Mr. Walker hits the phone.
All right, so I'll give you till half 3 to try and get this sorted out. If not, I'll be ringing transportation for the vehicles to be removed. Puts me in control by saying, look, I'm going to give you 30 minutes to try and find some money, and then I'll come back to you. So it can take up to an hour, you know, but that first 30 minutes is key because it gives the defendant time to think to try and raise the funds.
Finally, he gets hold of his business partner.
His business partner can sort this out. We'll pay this for bank transfer, but he's not going to be back in Sheffield till 5 o'clock. I mean, it can be done over the phone to our office.
But like I said, the balance at the moment, the total amount outstanding, £6,002.20.
But the amount payable has gone up.
Yep. 6,000, because the vehicles have been seized. That's, you get a copy of this, £6,002.
Right, so the enforcement fee, what's that sales stage fee for?
That's for the vehicles that have been seized.
But we haven't actually seized
They've
them?
been seized.
So you get 800 odd quid, 900 quid the thick end for writing them down on a bit of paper?
Yeah, because the vehicles have been seized. To be a High Court enforcement agent, you need to be quite a strong person. You need to know the situations that defendants will put you in, and it's only how strong you are and how experienced you are you can get a good result on behalf of the claimant. The account name, if you put it in the name of DCBL, that's Delta Charlie Bravo Lima. Yep, no problem at all. OK, I'll pass you back now.
The full amount is paid and cleared.
Okie dokie, no thanks, no problem.
No problem, take
Cheers,
it easy.
guys,
Anyway.
thanks ever so much. Cheers, guys, see you later.
Hey, if you more High Courts, Ian, I'll be cruising around in one of those. Anyway, off you come, Wilson.
Latest figures show that the number of landlords going to court to repossess property has reached a record high.
High Court enforcement agents Paul Bowhill and Steve Pinner are in 9 Elms, London, to take possession of a flat. The landlord has refurbished the building and wants to increase the rent. Paul and Steve have already evicted some of the tenants. And today, it's the turn of the last remaining tenant.
Hello. Yeah, we're from the High Court. We have an eviction order for your flat. Were you expecting us?
Yeah, she was. We saw her before.
Can we come in?
Yesterday.
Uh-huh.
Have you got somewhere to go?
Sorry?
Have you got somewhere to go?
The tenant came here as a refugee from Somalia and has lived in the flat for 5 years.
How long will you need now to go?
Go.
Yeah.
I think come today.
Today? Yeah.
It's not speaking English, only somebody in your head.
I understand.
The tenant is still showing no signs of moving. Paul tries again to explain that she has to vacate now.
You've got to leave today. You have to go now.
Finally, a friend calls. But it seems that the tenant has understood some of what Paul has been saying.
Could I speak to them? Hello? Sorry, you speak English? No, she's got 1 hour to get her personal belongings out. OK, thank you. She'll explain.
The tenant is now homeless. She must apply to her local council for help.
The entire system is geared up to rehousing people like her. So 70% of the people we're evicting are refugees from Somalia, North Africa, wherever it might be. I don't pretend to understand why or how that system works as it does, but it does. She's packed, she's ready, she was expecting this to happen. It's like Alice in Wonderland, really. She'll go to the council, they'll find her emergency accommodation. Hopefully they've got interpreters there who speak Somalian.
20 minutes later, the tenant's friend, Fozia, arrives to help. Fozia insists that the tenant is too frail to move all of her belongings out today.
If you give her keys, she can come back. But she's wearing her stuff.
Sorry?
She's wearing her stuff. Can you give her a key, please?
No, she's got to leave now. She will have to telephone...
But she's sick, even she can't walk, you know that? Huh? Before she moves, you have to give her every
No.
2 days, 1 day.
She's had
But
court, court papers. Well, then she needs to go down to the council.
You have to give her notice.
No, we don't. There is no notice.
Why?
Because this is from the High Court, not from the County Court.
The agents have no choice but to enforce the writ today. The tenant has to accept that now really does mean now.
It's the old story here. The longer you give them, the longer they'll take. They want 3 o'clock for a reason. Then they want tomorrow. We'll give her a set of keys back so she can get her stuff out. And we need to give her notice. They've got all the right answers, just in the wrong sequence. Oh, look at that. Is that a master locksmith or what? Let's just go and G this process up. How long? 5 minutes?
Give her 20 minutes.
No, we want to be gone in 5 minutes. We've been here for an hour.
Please 20 minutes.
Obviously, you have to understand that there is a language problem. The other lady tends not to speak much English. This one speaks a bit more English. She believes that the system should work her way. Well, unfortunately, it doesn't.
Even as they're leaving, Fozia is determined to argue her friend's case.
Okay. Let me just tell you. Hello, excuse me. Let me tell you how the process works. Let me tell you how. I don't care. Let me tell you how the process works. The court told her ages ago that she had to go. Yeah.
You okay, my love? Thank you very much. Bye-bye. You take care. Be lucky.
Yes.
You should be luckier than you are today.
After fleeing from war-torn Somalia 5 years ago, the tenant's future is once again uncertain.
All of this is just the way it goes. We turn up, pantomime starts, on switch, council, everybody rushes around. We're seen as the villains of the piece. We'll now go and do the next one, and that'll be exactly the same. Pantomime 2 for the day, system cranks up, order, council, whole thing rolls on. And the only downside to this, if there is a downside, is that we've had a language problem here, which we can apologise for. We don't speak Somali, but 70% of the people we're evicting are people in circumstances like this.
What happens when you get into debt?
I'll do what I want. I will punch you clean through that window.
And you can't
I don't know to work. I can't go.
or won't pay it back?
I can't pay it. I can't pay it.
We meet the High Court enforcement agents who are pushed to their limits. Dealing with desperate debtors.
Please open the door.
8 o'clock in the morning, we got an hour to get out.
In dramatic situations.
And break your glasses!
We meet the people who are losing their homes.
We've got nowhere to go.
You can't leave him because if that pipe comes off, it's like threatening.
And their possessions.
Would it be all right to tow it behind a transit?
Because whatever happens, if you can't pay...
Get your hands off me.
They'll take it away. One in 7 people in the UK are now self-employed, but they earn on average 40% less than company employees. The rising cost of living has left over half of all self-employed workers in worrying levels of debt. Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are High Court enforcement agents. They have 11 years' experience between them, seizing property and collecting debt.
Right, this is Delph Lane.
Is this Delph Lane?
We're looking for a garage, apparently.
Today they're in Liverpool to serve a writ on sole trader Michael Burton. Mr. Burton, a mechanic, owes just over £2,700 to a former colleague.
We're looking for M&B Motors. Put in your note and see what's going on.
There's a garage at the address they've been given, but it's now called Delph Lane Autos.
Can I ask Eagle Plant Repairs if he's ever heard of this guy?
So the team ask a neighbouring business for help.
Hi there. I'm looking for M&B Motors. M&B Motors? Yeah, Michael Burton.
That's right here.
Is that Michael Burton? Yeah. Well, this is it, mate. This is it.
Right, let's go and have a chat.
The agents are in the right place, but the defendant appears to be trading under a different company name.
Apparently this is it.
If Mr. Burton can't or won't pay today, the team have the right to remove goods and assets from his business to offset the debt.
Hi, mate, you all right? We're after Mr. Burton. Mr. Burton.
Michael Burton.
Isn't there? I've had confirmation that he is here.
He's not.
The man they meet denies all knowledge of a Michael Burton.
Well, I'll tell you where we are. My name is Mr. Victor, High Court enforcement agent. Yeah. So
you try and get him on the phone if he's not here at the moment, because we're here to take control of yours.
What name was?
Right, okay, we've already spoke to the neighbours. The neighbours have confirmed that he's here.
What neighbours?
The neighbours in the area.
What area?
This area.
Nice. Well, I'm going to get you on hold.
Right. Okay,
What's your name, sir?
I'm Cassania. It's going to be with
All
you.
right, that's fine.
The man refuses to reveal his identity.
Because we're here now to take control of goods, sir.
I'm taking all of my stuff, mate.
Right, can you prove who you are then?
What do I need to prove who I am?
Because we've got a writ for this address, you see.
Despite the man's denials, Stuart and Vic have the right to make peaceful entry into the property.
Start thinking you're over in here, mate. You got no right.
Okay, so if you just explain who you are then, that's
I've
fine.
just told you. Tell me what you want, and I'll tell you what you need to know.
The man demands to see a copy of the writ.
Need to get some proof. The address is for you, sir.
The address, yeah. Let's have a look then.
I don't know who you are, sir.
What do you want to know?
I've asked for some ID for yourself.
I don't need to prove anything.
Okay, so
But wants to show you the writ. right?
I'm not bothered. Let me just show me what's on the thing then. Show me what's on it then.
It was nothing to do with you, sir. Why are you so interested?
What are you doing then? Get out.
I've already explained.
Well, I've told you, no one's here at that name.
Well,
so
I don't believe you, sir.
Well, don't believe me, don't
Okay,
do
that's fine, so I'll carry on taking
you
control of
won't,
goods.
you won't at all, mate. Let me just put your ass straight now. Don't step in there. All right? You've been told.
Let me explain to you. For us to show you who's on the writ,
Yeah.
you got to identify yourself. Because if you're not...
Are you Michael?
Bradley?
Are you Michael?
No,
Are you Michael? Right,
Do you
have
know
you got
him?
any ID just to prove
I haven't got
that?
any idea on me. No,
You don't have a driver's licence or anything like that?
No, me no.
Well, in that case, then we will have to take control of goods.
Nothing at all.
It's sadly...
You can't, unless you show me what's on that paper there, you won't be coming in here. And then that's simple as that, mate. I'll tell you that right now.
As the man refuses to confirm his identity, Stuart turns up the pressure.
Are you Michael?
No, I'm not. I've just told you that 3 times. I'm not Michael.
I don't
My
believe
name
you,
is
sir.
Bradley. So
Yeah.
fuck off then if you don't
That's
believe me.
right.
I will, because you're doing me head in.
I'm not going anywhere.
You fucking won't be stepping in here, mate, to tell you that now. I'll get fucked off.
Why being so defensive?
Why? Because I hate people like you, because you're horrible.
In this job, you're going to come across all walks of life. Some people are going to be truthful and honest. Some people are going to be barefaced liars. It's water off a duck's back to me. If somebody wants to lie to me, it makes me feel better once I found them out.
The man is determined not to let Stuart and Vic inside the property.
So fuck off.
I'm not going anywhere.
Again, not mate. Let's have a look then. Let's have a look.
I don't know who you are,
Let's
sir.
have a look. You go fucking... You want to show me something? Let me have a look at it.
I don't know who you are.
Well, Shannon, well, you don't know who I am. You don't know who you're looking for then, do you?
I know exactly who I'm looking for.
Who?
Michael Burton.
Tensions are rising. Vic decides to call the police.
My name is Mr. Victor. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. We're here to execute a High Court writ at an industrial unit in Merseyside. We need some police assistance, please. The defendant is getting very aggressive, threatening us.
Private property, on your way.
Private property got a High Court writ to be here.
Yeah, who's it for?
Well, Michael Burton, as I've already explained.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No one's here at that name,
I
so
don't
you can't
believe
prove
you,
it.
sir.
Now go away.
I don't believe you.
Well, don't believe me.
But while Vic is on the phone, the man becomes even more agitated.
Move the car so you can't get his car out.
Stuart's van is blocking other cars from getting out of the drive.
I'm going to move the car now. I'm going to start moving stuff for you. I'll only move your stuff out of my way in a minute. Move the stuff now. Get the stuff moved. Get the van moved now.
No problem at all. Yeah.
To keep the peace, Stuart agrees to move his vehicle.
Yeah, I'll move the van, no problem at all. In this job, you're going to meet everybody who's been in debt. And some people are aggressive, can be physically aggressive as well. But it's something you've just got to learn to take in your stride.
Vic keeps the police on the line.
Well, yeah, he doesn't want to show any IDs. He's shouting now, mate. He's going off his head, yeah.
But as Stuart moves the van, the man decides to take action of his own.
He's threatening to block us in. He's now threatening to block us in, mate. This is getting ridiculous.
He forces Stuart to reverse his van towards the busy main road.
I can do with some assistance straight away. He's now in his vehicle. He's ramming our vehicle out of down the drive. He's threatening my colleague to get out here.
A straightforward debt collection has quickly turned into a volatile situation. With the man's aggression escalating, will the agents be able to keep the situation under control until the police arrive?
He's trying to. I'm on my way, mate. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor were looking to serve a writ on sole trader Michael Burton, who owed a former colleague £2,700.
We're after Mr. Burton. Mr. Burton. Michael Burton.
But the man they met at the address listed on the writ told them that he wasn't Michael Burton.
Are you Michael?
No, I'm not. I've just told you that 3 times. I'm not Michael.
I don't
My
believe
name
you,
is
sir.
Bradley.
Instead, he blocked them from entering the garage.
You fucking won't be stepping in here, mate, to tell you that now. I'd get fucked off.
Vic called the police.
We need some police assistance, please.
But then the man tried to run the team off the property.
He's ramming our vehicle out of down the drive. He's threatening my colleague to get out here. I'm on my way, mate. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Now, just as Stuart manages to reverse the vehicle safely off the drive, a team of police officers arrive on the scene. Stuart and Vic explain the situation.
We're High Court enforcement agents. We've been insisted to execute a writ of control at this address. We've confirmed from the garage behind.
That is Michael Burton.
This is Michael Burton's business.
We just want to know who that gentleman is, if he's Michael Burton or if he's just working for him.
Vic hands the officer a copy of the writ. With police officers present, the man is finally forced to reveal who he is.
Michael Burton.
What?
What's your name, mate? Yes, of course it does. Michael Burton.
Yeah. When he's been questioned, he's actually come out and said that his name is Michael. So it's the defendant we're after all the time. So mine and Vic's hunches straight away have come clear.
Do not tell another lie. You've been lying. You've just lied to me. Do not lie again. These will deal with you appropriately according to the documentation they've got.
Yeah.
We're going to stand here. You're going to behave yourself.
Right.
Having confirmed the man's identity, the agents must now recover the £2,700 they came for.
Can I come in now?
No, you can't come in now.
I've got a writ here, mate, to come in here.
No, you're not coming in.
I'm coming in. I've got a high court writ here in your name.
Yeah, in my name, yeah.
With the police present, Mr. Burton has no option but to allow Stuart and Vic onto the premises.
I haven't got money, so what do you want to do?
Well, then we're going to take goods.
You can't take goods, can
Why
you?
can't I?
You just can't just come in and take people's stuff.
Yeah, it says there, look there.
It's not even my stuff.
Michael now claims that the goods in the garage don't belong to him, but to a fellow mechanic. If he can't prove this is true, the agents can start seizing some of his assets.
Right. Michael, have a word with me.
I can't
No,
pay you.
listen
I
to me.
can't
No,
pay you.
Listen to me.
I
Calm
can't
down.
pay it. I haven't got it.
Okay, calm down.
I can't
Listen,
do nothing.
Do you want me to help you? Do you want me to
Can
help
you help me? Yeah,
Yes.
can you help me?
Yes, I can.
I can't pay it.
Okay.
I haven't got it.
Calm down. You're going to calm down.
I can't because it's stressing me. I can't pay it.
Michael claims he has no means to pay his debt, but Vic needs him to calm down so that he can negotiate a payment plan.
Just calm down. Listen to me.
I can't give you something that I haven't got.
Calm down.
I can't do it. I haven't got it.
What can you pay? Hold on. No. What can you pay monthly? Think down with the clear. Calm down and think with the clear.
I can pay £100 a month.
But before a payment plan can be put in place, Mr. Burton must pay a substantial amount today.
You're not going to like this, what I'm going to tell you, but let me finish, right? It's got to be £1,000 today. Try it, mate. Listen to me. Listen.
I can't get it. I can't get it.
Okay, what can you get? What can you get? 600?
I can get... fucking hell, I don't have the money.
What can you pay? 200 a month?
I can pay £200 a month.
No.
I can give you 600 quid, but you aren't taking nothing today.
Okay, listen,
right?
Listen, okay, Michael, I'm listening to you and I'm listening to you, okay? And I'm all right with that. I'm going to make a phone call now.
Michael has finally come up with an offer. But if the claimant decides it's not enough, the agents will have to seize items from the garage.
Hello? It's Vic.
Vic calls the office. But while he's on the phone, Michael's parents and wife arrive to help raise the funds.
She's going to get you the rest now, mate. Go and get the 180. Okay. Alright, that's it.
Michael's wife goes to the bank to get the rest of the money. Minutes later, Vic hears back from the claimant.
All right, thank you very much.
Michael's offer has been accepted.
200 a month?
200
600 today?
That's all okay.
This is what I consider it.
I can't pay the other 200. I can't pay that 200 now till next month.
No, you won't. Michael.
You know what I mean?
Jesus, mate, you must let me speak. I'm trying to talk to you here. It's going to be a control goods agreement, which means the stuff stay here.
Michael's business is safe for now. But if he doesn't keep to his repayment plan, the agents have the right to return and seize goods.
A quiet day at the office.
But seeing Stuart making a list of goods starts to irritate Michael.
Use a favour, mate. Stop all around the garage and pay Get him down the stairs.
I'm going to explain to you what he's doing.
I'm going to give you the money. What you said there, mate. I'm going to give you the money. Get out of the garage himself.
Michael's mother steps in to calm her son down. 20 minutes later, Mr. Burton's wife returns with the remaining cash.
One. Two. Do you want to play more?
No, don't. No, mate. Appreciate what you've done. But you're 6 ton. Bye-bye. You can shoot off his alarm. That's me.
Stuart and Vic's perseverance has paid off.
Suppose you can kick and scream all you want, can't you?
Yeah.
End of the day, you're going to start paying.
Still get the cash, don't we?
Yeah.
But if Michael doesn't keep up with his repayments, the agents will be back. The number of elderly people living in rented accommodation is on the rise. But with rents and living costs increasing year on year, nearly half of all retired people are struggling to live off their pensions. (8 a.m. Isleworth, West London. High Court enforcement agents Steve Pinner and his son Ben are on their way to carry out an eviction.
So this morning we have a writ of possession against Mr. Peter, Malcolm, Norman and one other. It appears to me that it will be a simple end of tenancy.
For the last few months, the tenants, Mr. and Mrs. Norman, have been struggling to pay their rent.
What number? 18.
The county court has sent the tenants an eviction notice, but the landlord has now applied to the High Court to speed up the eviction. The tenants must leave today.
Good morning, Mr. Norman.
Yes, sir.
My name's Ben. We're here today to repossess the property.
Mr. Norman has the county court papers in his hand.
According to this, it's if you stay beyond this date, your landlord can ask the court to send a bailiff to evict you. According to the county court in Brentford yesterday, no such application has been made.
Sir. That is the county court. We are from the High Court.
I don't understand what's happening here. So we were told that we'd be here for another week, and that no application has been found anywhere, and therefore...
For the county court bailiff, yes. So the matter's been transferred, and we are here instead, and there is no notice of that, as it does say on your possession order.
Well, I think that's very unfair, don't you?
Well, I'm afraid I don't make the rules, sir.
This is unbelievable. I'm being slow out my own. I don't know what to say. I can't believe this. We're leaving this place because we can't afford to pay the rent, because we don't get enough money.
Mr. and Mrs. Norman have lived at the house for 7 years. They now have 1 hour to pack up their essentials and leave.
I just can't believe it's come to this, you know. 8 o'clock in the morning, we've got an hour to get out.
I'm afraid so.
You're listening to this, darling? We've got an hour to pack a bag and go to the governor. To go to the council. All right, lads, thanks for doing what you do. What's the time? We'll do a time check.
It's 8:20.
8:20. Oh.
When that first opened the door, I thought, what was going to happen here? He's standing with a piece of paper and a script to read. I'm thinking, what's he going to say?
Mr. Norman and his wife are both retired and receiving housing benefit.
I've got your medicine, darling, in here.
But following recent welfare cuts, their benefits don't cover the rent.
Do you have a car?
I'll pretend you didn't mean that. If you had money for a car, you'd be able to pay his rent, wouldn't you? Don't you think?
Mr. Norman covered the shortfall in his rent with his personal savings until they ran out. He has tried to find work, but failed.
It seems to me, sir, that all the people who've done all the work and paid all the money are the last people who get what they've paid for over their working lives.
Being dependent on benefits is not something Mr. Norman has been used to.
Are you local?
We moved here from Kew.
Okay, yeah.
That's not to say my previous job was a caretaker, and the house came with the job. It wasn't that I was rich and it was my house.
Caretaker where?
Just over the other side of Kew Bridge, where the big red brick houses. I was there for 19 years.
Wow.
Mr. Norman hoped the council would step in before the eviction took place, but they've been told they could be rehoused over 100 miles from home, where rents are cheaper.
In 3 months' contact with the housing department, Hounslow Council, I've had 1 phone call, and that was to tell me I might be going to live in Birmingham.
The reality of the situation is beginning to take its toll on Mr. Norman.
It's there over cornflakes, a nice glass of wine. And it's not my usual time, I assure you of that, sir, but circumstances being what they are, one tends to go out of phase a bit. It's not fair. It's just not bloody fair. All the years we've been collecting our favourite films, what's going to happen to them?
Despite the couple's circumstances, Steve and Ben must complete the eviction.
So you've got clothing, medication, identification?
Only one I have, yeah. Bus cards, spent card.
It's a very distressing situation, especially to people who are maybe more vulnerable. They need a little bit more support, and I must say I was happy to give it in any way I could, and I really did feel for that couple.
Right, Mr. Pinner.
Is there anything else we can help you with? Carrying down?
Sorry? Couldn't go 3 months' rent to go well. Yeah.
If only so.
Very well, in fact. Bus pass, Dolly. You got your bus pass?
I don't know.
The eviction is almost complete, But Steve and Ben are concerned for the couple's welfare.
Is this going to be enough stuff for a couple of days?
That's mine, yeah. To be honest, mate, I've got some underwear, you've got some T-shirts.
Yeah, it's going to be cold out, so you want to wrap up warm.
It is very cold, sir.
The worst jobs you get is when you're involved in having to evict older people from their properties. They don't have the means to draw in money from anywhere else to top up their rent or anything like that. It was one of those days where you wished you was at a different house 5 miles away.
Mrs. Norman is concerned about leaving her belongings in the house.
Come on.
That's fine.
No, we'll get them, darling. We'll get them, darling, I promise you.
Nothing's going to be
You can
touched.
make arrangements to come back. If you have problems, you can call us. Our numbers are on the door.
Yeah.
You can take that number down.
I can come back, darling. I'll get back, don't you worry about that. I might have lost this one, it's only a battle, darling.
There has been a rise in evictions since benefit caps came in force because the people on benefits don't have the money or won't pay the difference in the rents. The likes of Mr. and Mrs. Norman paid into the system, and in their time of need, they're not getting the help that they should do. So the council should think on that and help the elderly, the vulnerable.
Mr. and Mrs. Norman's hour to pack and leave the house is up.
Good luck, Peter.
Thanks, mate. Thanks a lot. I know you're only doing your job.
You take care.
It's the way that it's happening, don't you?
Yeah, no, OK.
All right, darling, off we go.
Take care.
The couple now need to find emergency accommodation or could face the night on the streets.
Terrible, really. A couple like that. The council should do something for, shouldn't they, really? This case really did hit both me and Dad. We was just completely shocked. I went home that night thinking, where are they now? It was a real horrible situation because they completely were genuine people.
Steve and Ben have faced a heartbreaking situation. But in Stuart and Vic's next case, they meet a student in denial.
The office have been ringing since 30th of October. No reply, no reply, no reply, no reply, no reply.
Whose debt is causing a family crisis.
You're not ringing your dad, no?
Oh, he's gonna freaking kill me.
Average debts amongst young people aged 15 to 24 have more than trebled in the last 10 years. More than half have personal debts, including payday loans and credit card bills. And many are turning to their families for help.
Sunny Bolton, eh?
Bolton, Lancashire. High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are on their way to serve a writ on a young debtor.
Any idea what debt you think it could be?
Yeah, well, the defendant is Miss Amy Evans.
Right.
Student nurse Amy Evans owes just over £750. But this isn't the first time Vic has tried to recover the debt.
Red door.
So it's the red door there. Stick it up there. Looks like a nice house though, you know, it looks like it's well maintained.
So Miss Amy Evans is still here?
Yeah, well, yeah, it could be that.
The last time Vic met Amy, she agreed to make monthly instalments to repay the debt. But she's defaulted, and now Vic is back with Stuart to recover payment in full or seize goods if Amy can't or won't pay.
Oh, sounds pretty empty.
Oh, someone in, mate.
Is it?
Yep.
Very good. Hi, good morning, sir. My name is Mr. Victor, I'm a High Court enforcement agent. I've actually been here before.
Yeah.
Amy lives at home with her mum and dad. But it's her uncle who answers the door.
Is she about?
She's in bed at the moment. She's just finished the shift.
Are you able to wake her up, mate? 'Cause like I said, we're here now to execute a High Court writ.
Why?
I've got to discuss it with her. Her name's on the writ, sir.
The writ allows the agents to make peaceful entry into the house.
Hang on, I'm not giving you permission.
Yeah, it's like I said, we're here now to take control of the rest of control. So like I said, I'll stay here, I won't go any further, but it is important that we speak to Amy.
Hey, man! You better get down here, no?
What the hell? What's this in here?
Hi, Amy. My name is Mr. Victor, I'm a High Court enforcement agent.
Yeah.
There's an outstanding balance of £750.90 that needs to be paid today.
How much?
750.90. There is the amount on there, 750.90. We need payment in full today. So
I
don't think
was
it's...
paying it though monthly, £100.
Yeah. Well, you must have stopped or something.
Have you been paying it?
Yeah.
Have you got proof of payment?
I was transferring money every month from my online bank.
I was going to check in.
Yeah.
As Amy claims she's been paying off her loan, Stuart goes to check his paperwork.
At some point, she must have missed a few payments, you see. They won't send us out otherwise, so...
But the documentation shows that Amy has defaulted on her payment plan.
As you can see here, payments have been made. 7th, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 9. The office have been ringing since the 30th of October. No reply, no reply, no reply, no reply, no reply. So there's been many times we tried to contact.
Yeah, no, don't answer any number, I don't know.
Well, if you don't answer the phone, then that's the reason why we come back. There's a lot of young adults out there that are embarrassed of their situation and don't really know how to deal with it. If you want to blatantly ignore it and wait for a High Court enforcement agent to come on the door, that's what we'll do.
As Amy hasn't been keeping up with her payments, Vic needs her to raise the full £750 she owes. But there's a problem.
Do you want to give your dad a call?
No, because he's going to kill me.
Yeah.
I've got a choice. In the nicest possible way. I know it might be hard.
Something like that to be done, Amy.
I know, but what can I do?
You're not going to your dad, won't you?
Oh, he's going to freaking kill me.
Well...
During Vic's last visit, Amy's father agreed to pay back some of his daughter's debt, on the condition she paid off the rest. She's reluctant to ask him for more help. But the agents need to settle the case today, one way or another.
In 10 minutes, I'm going to have to start doing an inventory of goods.
And what does an inventory of goods entail?
It's basically, I list everything that's in the property that's of value to be removed. It's then removed, it's then stored for 7 days before it's sold at public auction.
Yeah, but it's not her property.
We need to see proof of that.
Yeah. What do you mean? Because I don't buy it. All I've got is what is in my bedroom.
Yeah.
Which for your mum's, but you'll have to have a sales invoice, or she'll have to have a sales invoice to prove that she's paid for it and you didn't.
Who keeps receipts like that?
Well...
Amy needs to prove that the possessions in the house are owned by her parents. If she can't, they could be taken away to offset her debt. But Stuart has even more bad news.
If we do an inventory of goods, it goes up to the £1,380, because we even then technically seized the goods. I'm afraid.
The pressure is on.
You're not bringing your dad cop. You're actually...
What if he's not got it? He's not got loads of money just standing there.
I know, but... Something's got to be done.
I don't know why young people think that if they're not going to pay it back, that it's going to go away. But debt, unfortunately, follows you. And wherever you are registered to live, that's where we'll go to collect the debt from.
After 10 minutes, there's still no sign of any payment. Stuart's patience is running out.
She isn't really doing much apart from texting. And so I think it's about time now we're going to have to start putting our foot down and assessing what we can take control of to sell at public auction if she can't raise the funds. Right, guys, I'm going to have to start taking control of goods, I'm afraid. See what we can do.
Amy's time to raise some funds is up. Stuart starts to make a list of goods.
All these were mothers, all these.
I need to see some documentation or proof or something like that.
As Stuart makes the inventory, Amy finally decides to call her father for help.
Dad, don't, because you're making it worse for me. Just please don't. They're not going to take him in if I get the money. I didn't want to ring you up, Dad. Right, he's going to pay it.
What amount?
The £750.
Amy's father has agreed to pay the debt. But as the agents have started the inventory, it might not be enough.
Stuart, Amy's dad is willing to make a payment, but he can only get the $750.
Right.
I've explained that we have gone to the sales stage, obviously.
Honestly, I've been with people.
Okay. Doesn't think you'd pay over the phone, can he?
He's got cash.
He's bringing it here.
Are you sure you can get it?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Okay. Right, okay.
I'm so sorry.
With the offer of £750 in cash, Stuart and Vic decide to waive the extra fee. They wait inside as Amy goes to meet her father.
Everybody needs help every now and then, but some people do tend to borrow and then have a habit of not paying back. And it's a shame that it has to be put on the parents' shoulders to step up for something that isn't their mistake. 15
minutes later, Amy and her father return.
Yeah, are you able to make payments? Yeah, it's £750.90 in total. I'll do your receipt now.
What's that? Dad, I don't want you. I've just asked you, please, don't. Just bring it. I don't want it for.
What is it altogether? 750, 750 and 90 pence.
There's 500 there of it. That's it there. Oh, okay.
Debt can definitely bring out the best and worst in people. We find in a lot of cases where parents help out their kids because that's what parents do, if they can. But debt can definitely bring people together or tear them apart. It's all done now.
Look, we've all made mistakes.
Like I said, we'll get out your way, so I'm sure we're the last people who want to see it tonight. Take care, guys.
Bye-bye.
Across the UK, small to medium-sized businesses are currently owed £67 billion in unpaid invoices. Chasing companies for late payments through the courts is costing these businesses an extra £11 billion every year, forcing many into bankruptcy. Chipping Norton, Oxfordshire. High Court enforcement agents Paul Bohill and Steve Pinner are on their way to recover a debt of over £30,000 owed to a supplier.
Last time I went to a place like this in the country, a man drove a tractor at me and started having a go at me. Did he? Yeah.
The debtor is a world-renowned racing car team.
Well, it's £30,000 plus, and it's the Lotus Formula One team limited.
If Lotus Formula One can't or won't pay, the agents have the right to remove goods to cover the debt.
Where we're actually going would appear to be a technical sector. So, testbed engines and things like that.
Might be a research facility, which means they're going to be really tight on security.
Well, just have to use your silver tongue to get us through the gate.
Or possibly a crowbar.
All visitors must report security. Oh, this is going to be good, isn't it?
The entrance to the facility is protected by an electric security gate.
It's exactly as we thought it might be.
Just shut the gate, see, look.
The more fuss we have, the better. My name is Paul Bohill. I'm a High Court enforcement agent.
Okay.
We have a writ to serve against Formula One.
Okay.
Is there someone with power and authority
That lady there?
that we could speak to?
Yeah, have you got a copy of the document?
I have, yeah.
If you'd like to come over to reception.
This job, it was very different. We was going to a huge, complex, multi-million-pound company, security everywhere. It was a different job than the normal run-of-the-mill.
Lotus Formula One team's financial troubles have been widely publicised, and the agent's visit hasn't come as a surprise. This isn't the first writ the company has had to deal with recently.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Jolie.
Hi there.
Who are you here on behalf of?
Musset Engineering.
Right, okay.
That's
That is
30 grand.
something, yeah, it's known to us. We completely honour the debt, want to honour the debt.
But Jolene, the site manager, has some bad news for Paul. Lotus Formula One reportedly owes £2.7 million in unpaid taxes, and they've already taken action.
What's happened is that HMRC have done an application for administration, which is this document here, and we're held under the moratorium, this application. And what they've been advising us to do is to make any High Court enforcement officers aware of the situation.
Okay.
The moratorium means that Lotus Formula One are protected from settling any debts while they're being pushed towards administration by Revenue and Customs.
And I know it looks less glamorous that we've gone to a race, but trust me, it's on an absolute wing and a prayer.
Yeah, it's okay, we understand that. Yeah.
The odds seem stacked against them, but will Paul and Steve find another way to collect the £30,000 debt? And will they end up driving away with a dream car?
Because we had this vision of driving out through the gate with a Formula One car.
Really?
On the back.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah. Well,
Shot to pieces now, that.
High Court enforcement agents Paul Bohill and Steve Pinner were looking to recover £30,000 from a world-famous racing car team.
We have a writ to serve against Formula One.
Okay.
The site manager, Jolene, initially seemed willing to pay.
We completely honour the debt, want to honour the debt.
But then she dropped a bombshell.
What's happened is that HMRC have done an application for administration, which is this document here.
Lotus Formula One owed Revenue and Customs a reported £2.7 million in unpaid taxes, and the company was facing administration proceedings in the High Court. Most financial activity had been suspended, including paying off its creditors.
We had this vision of driving out through the gate with a Formula One car on the back.
Oh, right, OK.
But with a writ to collect £30,000, Paul doesn't want to walk away empty-handed.
It's the customs who've started this rolling.
Yeah, and we hoped that what would have happened is that Renault would have come on board, our funding would all be in place, we'd have had time to make payments to all our suppliers.
Jolene claims the debt will be settled once the new shareholder, Renault, is on board. But Paul wants to resolve this case today.
We just need to run it past our in-house IP to make sure that we've got the bases covered.
He calls an insolvency advisor.
Hello, yeah, it's Paul Bohill. We've just turned up for a £30,000 writ. The moratorium order we've got a copy of, and we've also got a copy of the court papers, and the hearing was adjourned to the 18th, at which point either the customs will come to an agreement for things to be resolved or then put it into administration. So you think we could still sign a control goods agreement?
The advisor tells Paul that they are entitled to seize goods after all, as long as they leave them on site until after the insolvency hearing takes place.
It's nice to have the backup of the reality. Forewarned is forearmed. All right, that's lovely. Thank you, Barry.
Now Paul must tell site manager Jolene the news.
I've just spoken to my advisor, and she said just take a Formula One car anyway.
OK.
There must be an item here of value that we can identify and photograph.
Could you do a warrant of control on something?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So you know the drill. I'm really impressed.
You got any jobs?
Would you like to join us? Yeah, that's exactly, it's a control goods agreement, to use the right terminology.
That's OK, we'll be happy to do that. That's not a problem at all.
Now Steve and Paul need to search for assets that will offset the £30,000 debt. But there's a problem. As well as owing millions in unpaid taxes, Lotus Formula One has over £600,000 worth of extra debt to other creditors. And some assets on site have already been ring-fenced.
The only asset that we've really got that we can show you is a show car.
That's fine.
They're valued around $290,000 in our books.
That's all right.
And we can take you down to them now.
The agents are in luck. A show car is still available and will more than cover the £30,000 on the writ.
The type of car that we'd normally seize is a family saloon or a works van or anything. It might be more extravagant, but the car that we were presented with was a pure racing machine.
Paul and Steve step into one of the company's workshops.
Relax, we're not taking anything.
Will it be all right to tow it behind a transit?
Do you want to get in? Oh, please.
This is a family album, wouldn't it? You think that you're in?
God help. I do like nice cars, and it was nice to actually see the Formula One car and actually looking at the engineering that takes place to get those things working.
Can you take a photo? Because you know where you're looking. Just
Yeah, 91.
The agents find the replica racing car they've been offered.
Yeah, that's good enough.
Once listed on a writ of control, it can be seized if the debt is not paid off. But Jolene is concerned.
I don't want to sign it.
You're okay.
I really have to sign it.
If anybody gets smart over it, you can give them my phone number, the mobile number on there, because it's quite simple, really. We understand all the ins and outs, which is why we're here, because I've been involved in insolvency for 25 years.
The case has been resolved, for now.
All the best. Take care.
The agents must wait to see whether Renault step in as they'd hoped and pay the company's creditors.
Thank you. Oh, sorry.
Take care.
If the deal doesn't happen, the agents could be back to take away one of the most unusual assets they've ever seized.
We achieved the best result that we could get out of the circumstances. Because there's a pending administration in the background, we were able to take photographs and say, this Formula One car, it is now under our control until such time as A, the debt is paid, or B, the administration kicks in.
Next time, Brian has his eye out for assets.
Put the keys in there, so I'm having a look at Lisa's van.
Stuart and Ian are shocked by what they discover in a family home.
Oh, my
And they face an explosive eviction
I'll rip you apart!
where the tenants threaten to burn down the house.
See it burn to dust!
Catch all that new next Wednesday at 9. There are more tough times ahead as the financial woes continue to grow here on Channel 5. Meet those struggling to survive on benefits in Life on the Dole, new tomorrow at 9. Up next tonight, new nightmare tenants, slum landlords.
What happens when you get into debt?
It's a load of bollocks. Get off this lad. No.
And you can't
I'm going to struggle to pay this.
or won't pay it back.
It doesn't matter what you want, sir. Unfortunately, that's the law.
We meet the High Court enforcement agents who are pushed to their limits.
Evil! You want to down to hell! Well, I'll smash the window then. It's false imprisonment.
Dealing with desperate debtors.
Hello?
In dramatic situations.
Well, it's stanky like a big man. Leave it. Talk to me. Push me about.
We meet the people who are losing their homes.
I don't know where I'm going to stay for the night.
That's an immediate eviction.
And their possessions.
The desk should go in. Everything.
You're joking.
Okay.
Because whatever happens,
High Court enforcement.
if you can't pay, they'll take it away.
Personal debt in the UK exceeded £1.5 trillion in 2016. A £53 billion increase since the previous year. This dramatic rise resulted in over 300,000 people seeking advice from one debt charity in the first half of the year alone.
Matt Highway and Gary Ball are High Court enforcement agents. They travel all over the West Midlands, recovering debts and seizing goods.
Right, let's go and live the dream, mate, shall we? Let's go and make someone's day.
It's 7 a.m. and they're in Birmingham to collect nearly £2,000 owed in unpaid parking fines.
So, mate, it's still dark and we're in Northfield. It's life, Jim, but not as we know it. Let's mix it up, mate.
Yeah, go on.
You ask me where we're going.
Do you know where we're going?
I do, mate, yeah.
You tell me.
I know where we're going.
Go on.
We're going to see a Mr. Stephen Watson.
Okay, you got that bit right.
In Northfield.
You got that bit right.
And he owes a few pence under £2,000.
Yeah, it's £1,967.99.
There you go.
If Mr. Watton can't or won't pay, the agents can seize goods and vehicles belonging to him to offset the debt.
With the Fiesta in the drive.
Morning, madam. I was after a Stephen Watton. Not here. Oh, doesn't he? Who are you to him, madam? So who is he to you, madam? Morning, sir, you alright?
Not here. So you're gonna have to leave.
Yeah, who is he, sir? Who is he?
What do you mean?
To you? Who is he to you?
It's not a bit to us.
Don't live here.
Are you saying that you're new tenants? Is that what you're saying to us?
Yes.
You don't live here.
So he's not here at the moment? Or he's a previous tenant?
You don't live here.
Well, High Court enforcement agents are here with a High Court writ today. Can Mr. Watton be contacted?
No, because like I said, we don't know who he is.
If you work with us, then we can work with you.
He used to live here.
We used to. They were getting somewhere. When we first turn up on a job, all we got to go on is a name, an address, and the amount we're there to collect. So we do have to think on our feet when we get there. You know, asking lots of questions. We have to dig down and, you know, try and find the person we're looking for. But I think me and Matt, you know, work well together. We're a good team, and 9 out of 10 times you do get the outcome that we both want.
After claiming not to know the debtor, the man now says that Mr. Watton was a previous tenant. But the agents need proof that he no longer lives there.
Have you got a council tax bill or a tenancy agreement we can have a look at to prove he doesn't live here? No. Didn't bang on it, sir. We just knocked on it.
I want to speak to us now. I'm going to get my mate out the car then.
OK. Mate, it's called Mr. London Triangle, and he's going to put it on the car now.
There's a possibility that one of the men may in fact be the debtor, Stephen Watton, and the cars outside could be his. The agents act fast to secure them.
Just watch the door, mate.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, we're going to get situations where people deny that the defendant lives at the property. You know, we can only converse up to a level. If conversation stops, then we try the action technique. The second the clamp comes out the back of the van, and suddenly, you know, the whole house lights up.
Matt's actions haven't gone unnoticed.
Oi, get off me, bruv. You ain't taking that, bruv. I've got paperwork. Go and get the paperwork. Move back.
Yo, get off me. Move back.
Yo, you need to watch yourself, you know. You need to watch yourself.
So if you're going to get silly, we're going to get the police in, get you arrested, all right?
Please, check the roads on that car.
Guys, if you wanted to work with us, you could have worked with us.
I'll cut it off, bruv. I ain't bothered. You need to get off the profit.
Excuse me.
Listen,
Yeah, go on, then. I'm listening to you.
We don't know where they live.
Okay.
We don't know where they are.
We have asked you for a tenancy agreement or a council tax bill.
Tenancy agreement?
People get aggressive and insult us as their way of dealing with the situation. They might think if they do threaten us enough, then we'll leave. We're not going to leave. We're there to do a job. Whether you threaten us, whether you threaten our family, we're still going to be there, and we're still going to do the job.
The men are not telling the agents who they are, but Matt still suspects one of them could be the debtor. So he increases the pressure and clamps the second car in the driveway.
Back away. Back away from me. Back away from me. Back away from me. Move away from me.
Move now.
Move away from me. Move away from me. Move.
Suck your mum, straight fuck your mum.
No. Suck your mums.
Right, I'm going to get the police here, mate.
Get the police here, mate. Move away.
Suck your mum.
Move away from me. Move away. Move away from me.
With tensions escalating, Gary and Matt will have to act quickly to prevent the situation turning violent. Now, with the situation getting even more confrontational, Gary calls the police.
Hello there, can I have the police, please?
Whatever, take it off them, bro. Whatever.
Hello?
I'm really interested in this.
Yeah, we have 2 High Court enforcement agents, 2 gentlemen getting a bit violent and a bit shouty with us. We're executing a High Court writ.
We'll send an officer when we've got one available.
Thanks very much. Cheers, brother.
Okay, thanks.
The police are on their way, but the men aren't calming down.
It's my car, it's not fucking yours. It's not nobody else's. This house is not rented by him either. Check the council, he's not rented, he's not down, he's living here. I've got to go take the kids to school, you're going to fucking clamp my car?
Where's the kids?
Down at my baby mum's, that's
That's okay. This is not going anywhere. You can drive off without me if you like. You'll make a right mess of your car, though. People obstructing us, it only makes life more difficult for them, really. I think what they need to remember on that, it is a criminal offence to obstruct me in my duty. People will try that as a deflection, but the end result's still the same.
The agents have been at the property nearly half an hour. Finally, the woman hands Gary her tenancy agreement.
That's what we asked for in the first place, isn't it? That's all we wanted.
Obviously, 6 years, I exchanged with them and then I exchanged back.
You moved back in here how long ago?
About 4 or 5 months ago.
The woman claims Stephen Wattham moved out several months ago when she exchanged properties with him, and he's not listed on the tenancy agreement. But as addresses are double-checked before a writ is issued, the agents can't be totally sure that the claims of the house exchange are true. Matt and Gary decide to wait for the police to arrive before taking any further action.
Okay.
You're done doing your job now, aren't you?
No, we're not. I'll wait for the police to arrive, okay.
Well, you got your letters, see you later.
We've still got the issue of you obstructing in my duty, having which criminal offence, so we'll have a chat with the police about that.
I've got shit to do. I've got stuff to do. I've got to go take the kids to school.
Well, it's delayed at the moment, unfortunately.
What do you mean delayed at the moment?
Yeah.
That can be taken off me.
They shouldn't,
So is the police
they shouldn't be too long.
I swear to God.
It's just a crazy way of going about things, isn't it?
I know. He's off on his morning run now.
But then, one of the young men disappears down the street. While they wait for the police, Matt looks for any clues as to the ownership of the cars. But he's in for a surprise.
On the rear passenger footwell. Wrapped up in a towel. It's the sort of things we have to be aware of when we're doing our job. No other tools, like no screwdriver or spanners or sockets or anything, just a lump hammer.
Minutes later, the young man returns, followed by another man.
What are you doing here? Who are you looking for?
Oh, sir. Who are you, sorry?
You're looking for Stephen Wattham?
Yes, sir.
That's me. Why are you here?
Oh, great stuff. OK, smashing.
The agents finally have the man they were looking for.
So you're Mr Stephen Watton?
I am, yes.
So there's a High Court writ outstanding for you?
That's right. Well, I'm not paying it, that's the whole point.
Mr. Watton immediately denies responsibility for the unpaid parking tickets.
I had a Jaguar a very long time ago.
Yeah.
I sold the Jag. A year afterwards, I got the first ticket for it. A few days later, another one come through. I think I ended up with a pile of them, about fucking 50 or 60 or fucking things.
But they're still found in favour of the claim?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, obviously, that's why we're here.
So where do you live now then, Stephen?
Yeah, I live up the road.
Yeah, what's the address?
I don't need to give you that door.
You don't?
You know what a ghost is?
A ghost?
Oh, you're a ghost?
I don't need to.
With Mr. Watton refusing to give his new address, the agents can't be sure that he's telling the truth about no longer living here. But then, Matt gets handed proof that the dark grey MG isn't Mr. Watton's.
Cheers, sir. Thank you.
Right, just get a copy of that, mate. Just take the clamp off it. Right, mate, I'll take it off and get gone. The gent now, after some level of discussion, has managed to show me documentation to show that the car doesn't belong to the defendant. So I'll release that now for him and he can get on his way.
20 minutes later, the police arrive.
Here they are, mate.
The agents hope that the police presence will force Mr. Watton to reveal where he now lives.
Morning, officer.
How you doing?
We initially called this morning and the door was shut in our faces. Unfortunately, we had no other option but to seize the assets that were on site. Two younger men tried to obstruct me in my duty. Managed to get both vehicles clamped. This guy here in the hoodie is our defendant.
OK.
We explained the High Court writ to him. He's point blank said, you know, I refuse to pay it. I'm not telling you where I live.
But as Mr. Watton hasn't committed breach of the peace, the police can't force him to divulge his details to them either.
So that's Stephen. What's his surname?
Watton.
You won't tell me. Watton.
With Mr. Watton's true address remaining a mystery, the agents are running out of options. Until proof of the ownership of the other car is established, it remains their only potential asset.
So at the moment, you've clamped that while you do some inquiries?
Yeah, we've asked them for, you know, the
True.
V5 and the insurance for it. They can't provide it at the minute, so obviously it stays clamped.
Yeah.
Because you never know, this just might be Stephen.
The police make some checks and trace the owner of the clamped Fiesta.
The vehicle does not belong to
Watton.
Not decent.
Yeah.
With the second vehicle not belonging to Mr. Watton either, the agent's only option is to instruct the office to trace his new address.
We'll find you in the end, Stephen.
You won't find me.
Of course we will. Debt will always catch up on you. If we go to a certain property and you're not there, then we will put a trace into the office and they'll find a new address for you and we will be knocking on the door.
Today, there's nothing more Matt and Gary can do to enforce the writ. They have no choice but to walk away empty-handed. But Matt has one last word for Mr. Watton.
All I can say to you, buddies, we'll see you somewhere else because it's a live High Court writ, all right?
Well, I'll be dealing with that live High Court.
And we'll see you then. OK. OK, we're all sorted, officer, yeah, thank you, yeah.
OK, Stephen.
There's not a result there for the clients as such at the moment, but it's part of the enforcement process. You know, we have to attend the address that the writ names, and that's what we've done. So we've discounted that address. We can now get on with the next part of the process, and that's finding where Stephen does actually live.
Despite Britain's improving economy, the latest figures from debt charities show that an increasing number of people are seeking help for debt problems. Reports indicate that single parents are the worst affected, with those seeking advice doubling within the year.
How far are we? 1.6 miles to go.
High Court enforcement agents Brian O'Shaughnessy and Kevin Stokes often have to work with the most vulnerable families.
My mother was on benefits. She raised us on her own, and she struggled doing it. So I know how hard it can be to be on benefits.
Today, they are on the south coast.
Debtor is a Miss Erika Kuna.
Yep.
And we are in Hove. Look forward to an ice cream on the beach.
How much is the writ for, mate?
The writ is for £2,435.23. Hopefully someone will be in and we'll be able to get this one resolved. It's going to be something like this, I reckon. It's got to be that.
Right, let's park it in.
The writ allows the agents to demand instant payment or seize goods to the same value if the debtor can't pay.
Thank you, lovely.
Miss Erica Cunner.
Yes.
We're High Court enforcement officers. There's been a High Court writ taken out against you from MGH Property Services.
Yes.
Do you know this company? Yeah.
Yes, it used to be my previous number.
They've taken you to court and you owe a balance of £2,435.23, which needs to be paid today.
I don't have that money.
Right, is there any way of you getting that money today? It can be paid on a debit card over the phone if you know anybody can.
No, I don't.
help you.
I'm actually going to touch with pay plan
Okay.
to have all my creditors paid through them.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Um,
the approach.
Right, have you got paperwork supporting all that sort of stuff so I can have a look at that? Yeah?
I don't know how clean the house is.
That's fine, that's no problem. Thank you very much.
Erica separated from her partner 6 years ago and moved to this flat with her 3 children. The debt dates back to 2009 and the home they shared before the split.
She was a previous landlord. You know, like when you move out, they went to paint, fill in holes. There was a burn mark on the carpet, so they had to replace the carpet.
Erica was supposed to be paying the debt in instalments.
Yeah.
Because the agreement was to be £100 per month.
Well, to pay back?
Yes.
Did you default on that at all?
Yes, I did, because I became unemployed.
Right, okay.
So that was difficult. And I'm a single mother of 3, so that's a nightmare as well.
Right, okay.
But ignoring payments has made the debt escalate.
That's the original debt, £936.78. But because the debt was taken to court, this is what it came to, £2,435.23.
Court costs and enforcement fees means that the bill has tripled. Erica works part-time as a carer. After rent and bills, she has less than £100 per week to repay debts and feed her family.
It's not a very just system. It's not been created for people like me. It just pushes me down further and further, you know? I used to work for the money shop for a year and a half. I had to terminate that last year in August because it was becoming a financial burden as well. Childcare is so expensive, so it was difficult.
But Kevin and Brian need to get Erica to pay the outstanding amount today.
What I need to do is assess whether you have assets in this house.
I have to tell you.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm going to have a look around and make a judgment, okay? When I see a debtor on benefits, I'll look at their situation, I'll look at what they've got around them, and I'll see if they are truly having hardship. If I see that they've got luxury items that they don't really need, then I'll look at it differently.
With so
loan, which is quite high, telephones, solicitors. I've had a look. She's clearly having issues with debt. She's trying to get the right advice. But we need to now weigh up her circumstances and make a decision. She's got 3 children, single parent, brother's here to try and help out with her. So we'll have a look around and see what's going on.
There are no goods in the flat that would cover the debt, so the agents try another approach.
We need to get you back on track with this paying this. Yeah. That's how we're going to get this resolved.
Okay.
Can you get an initial payment today to set this back up onto a payment plan?
I only have £100 on the children's savings account, and I can show you that. And that was to last me until...
What you got?
What are you saving for, if you don't mind me asking?
Yes, I have to pay for the school meals on a weekly basis for 2 of my children.
Okay. Right, okay, then what we'll do is we're going to set you back on the arrangement, okay?
The agents are reluctant to take her savings and decide to get her on a new payment plan.
We set £100 a month then?
Yeah.
You happy with that? Yeah, I'm happy with that.
But I'll be happy to contribute today £50.
Well, that's your decision.
Yes, from that money.
I don't want you to get yourself in further debt, okay?
No,
if you can afford that comfortably, then that's fine, I'll accept it. But if that's going to put you in any further debt...
No, it should be okay.
Do you want to do that?
Yes, I'll do that.
That's fine, that's your decision.
We have to start somewhere. It's been dragging on for quite a while now.
Yeah. I had to take it in the end because she kept offering it. But I didn't feel comfortable taking her children's money. Fine. That's lovely, thank you. Let's hope they're all as pleasant as you today.
That's it. We're going. Man, thank you very much.
No, thank you. I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry at all.
Thank you very much.
When a debtor's turn around you and say, look, I've got 50 quid in my bank and that's to feed me kids, but you can have it,
yeah.
it just pulls at your heartstrings.
Latest figures from the government show that over 3 million people in the UK now live on disability benefits. And further studies reveal that disabled people are twice as likely to live in poverty as the general population.
Colindale, North London. High Court enforcement agents Brian O'Shaughnessy and Kevin Stokes are about to serve a writ on a husband and wife. Chenania and Adina Cohen owe more than £2,000 to a firm of solicitors.
Right, what's the name of the road? We're looking for Belvedere Strand.
Upstairs, is it?
Hang on, so, come upstairs.
There you go, lovely.
Hello. Hello, sorry to bother you. Looking for Chenania.
Oh, he's not in.
Are you Adina?
Yeah, come in.
OK, thank you very much.
Once the agents are in the house, the writ allows them to seize goods if Mr. and Mrs. Cohen can't pay.
I'll show you my ID first. My name's Kevin Stokes. It's in regards to a writ of control, High Court writ, that's been taken against you by a UN Chenania. Is it your husband or your partner?
We're sort of
The Cohens have separated, but Mrs. Cohen is still named on the writ.
Maybe
I stayed overnight, but that's because he's not feeling well and he's just gone out now.
maybe he could shed some light on it to you. Do you want to give him a call and see if you can get to the bottom of it?
Hello?
What's your names?
Where are you? Are you far away from your house? Got High Court enforcement here?
Would you like me to speak to him?
Explain to him.
1 minute, one of the...
Maybe we can explain, yeah, it might be easier.
Hello, Chenania. Yeah. Hello, sir. My name's Kevin Stokes. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. Here in regards to writ that's been taken out against you.
For what?
I'm guessing it's solicitors' fees, unpaid solicitors' fees.
No, we paid it through my income support.
OK, there's an outstanding balance, sir, of £2,093.58.
I'm paying it through my income support.
OK, you must have missed a payment, sir. We wouldn't be here if you was keeping up them payments.
When was this done as well? I mean, I don't know anything. I don't know...
This was done...
People are. I don't know what it is.
OK.
Hello, sir.
Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you?
OK.
Nice to meet you. My name's Brian, nice to meet you. This is Kevin. Thank you so much. We've been sent here today with a High Court writ for non-payment. But I understand you said you had some paperwork or you had an attachment of benefits or something, did you?
That's right.
OK, sir. Have you got that paperwork?
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Before you do anything, let me warn you. I'm very sick, man.
Yeah.
I've got operation on my head. All right? So if you start any nonsense, you go out.
Mr. Cohen has had major surgery for a brain tumour. He had to give up his job and now relies completely on income support, housing and disability benefit. Nevertheless, he thinks he is paying off the outstanding debt from his benefits.
It's like I don't owe nobody no money.
Well, you do. So you can stand there all you want and you can make a claim that you don't owe it. This piece of paper says otherwise. This is from the High Court. This isn't the county court, this is from the High Court. So what I need to find out now is, can you pay this outstanding bill, sir?
What?
Can you pay the outstanding bill? You're not paying nothing, yeah?
I know nothing.
OK, fine.
This charge on your amount, so your bill will go up a lot if we have to come back and remove goods.
Before 5 o'clock, I should call.
Thank you very much. No problem, sir. OK, I'll speak to you soon, OK?
Yeah.
OK, Mr. Cohen.
Brian and Kevin have signed Mr. Cohen up to a payment plan. They are trusting him to make a telephone payment of £100 later that afternoon.
Be good, yeah? Bye-bye, bye-bye.
We're there to do a job and to enforce a writ, but at the same time, we have to take his vulnerability into account.
Mr. Cohen will have to find a way to make payments towards the debt out of his benefits.
It's very, very small money. It's without the community, which I have, the Jewish community, and I've got friends which from time to time help to pay some bills, you can survive. You cannot survive. My life was very successful. I was working, earning good money, but it's not there anymore. So it's very difficult and it's very embarrassing.
But if he fails to pay up, Kevin and Brian will be back, and they might not be so sympathetic next time. Have a High Court writ to evict a family from their home. The landlord wants the house back for his family and has been negotiating the tenant's departure for 9 months. But the tenant is still there.
What's this job supposed to be?
It's just a straightforward repossession. There's no money judgment, so I'm guessing it's a Section 21 end of tenancy.
All right.
It's a Ms again, so we're looking at another single mother.
The family are not in rent arrears. but they know the eviction is coming.
Hello.
Hello. We're from the High Court. We have an eviction order for this property. May we come in? Thank you very much.
Put on your shoes, guys, we're going.
You're Irene, are you? Okay, thank you. My name is Paul, and this is Steve.
How do you do?
Thank you. If I can explain the procedure to you, you have an hour to get personal belongings together, because you won't be allowed back in the property again. You understand the procedure?
I do understand,
that's okay. That's a copy of the order for you.
Okay.
And if you take that to the council, they should set in motion their procedures for actually giving you emergency housing. Now, you want to take the children, I mean, tell me what you need to do first. Are the children walking to school?
Yeah, he walks them to school. Yeah, I've made arrangements.
No, we don't want to be in your face here, so we're going to take the locks out because we're changing the locks as well.
Okay.
All right, so if we carry on with that, then we don't want to be on your back and in your way. Thank you very much.
Can't find the hole now for this.
Irene Namwabaya came to the UK from Uganda 15 years ago and has lived in the house for 4 years. A single mum of 3, she works full-time as a nurse. But Irene still struggles to make ends meet, claiming housing benefit and working tax credit.
Okay, I'll come and pick you up after school. Bye.
Since finding out she was going to be evicted, she's been searching for a new home. But being on benefits limits her options.
Landlords, if you're on housing benefit, they won't let your property. But the minute you say, I'm in receipt of housing benefit, or I don't earn 30,000 or 30, whatever amount, they won't. It's a no-no for them.
Today's eviction means she and her 3 children are now homeless.
I've tried to make a life for myself and my children. I went to uni. I've got myself a job. I thought I'd settled here now. But now, look, I'm back to square one. I don't know where I'm going to stay for the night.
Families being evicted is devastating because you may have children in 2 different schools. And then if the council pick up the challenge and say, OK, we'll rehouse you, they may rehouse them somewhere out of the borough. So then they have to change schools or travel from wherever they go to be in the same school. So it's never going to be easy.
If I can explain going forward, have you write my phone number on here? My sympathy is engaged by genuine need and genuine emotion, where people are caught in situations not of their making. But we're not trying to be nasty or anything like that. We're just trying to give the landlord the property back.
Yeah.
All right. So what are you waiting for now? Or are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
OK, that's fine. Super job.
Irene will have to clear out. Paul needs Irene to get down to the council as soon as possible. Otherwise, she and the children could be on the streets tonight. Irene reveals to Paul that this is not the first time it has happened.
I've been here before. We were evicted. We had to go to live in Southall in one room with 3 children. I had to take 2 buses then. So I thought this time it was different. But I've only been here 4 years and then I have to go back again. I don't know where I'm going. My son is in year 6, my eldest. He's going to be doing his SATs. So all that disruption, I don't know how it's going to affect him. When I got this house in 2010, I thought maybe this is it. My kids are now settled. We're going to have a better life with them. I'm sorry, Angel.
No, that's OK. You know, I've got a great deal of sympathy with you because we normally go to houses and people are just ripping the system off.
So
right?
I'm not in any areas.
No.
It's not that I'm getting everything free.
No, I understand
I
that.
work long hours, all the overtime that I can get.
Yeah. Take your time, all right? I'll be outside. The difference between Irene and anybody else that we've dealt with in the last 6 months is that she's 100% genuine. She's done everything from what I can see, to make the system work properly. Working, 4 kids, all well fed and looked after. Clean, tidy house. She's providing a good home for them.
Irene must now go to the council to ask for emergency accommodation.
But just make sure you've got that number when you give that to the council. They might only want to see it, that's all.
Yeah, and then they'll send you to some bed and breakfast somewhere.
We're not here to put the housing crisis to rights. We're here to carry out these evictions. That's all we're here to do. But the rest of it is bound to have an effect on us because we are human beings, and yes, the situation is insoluble.
A few weeks ago, High Court agents Brian and Kevin served Chenania Cohen and his wife with a writ for over £2,000 in unpaid lawyers' fees.
I ain't paying nothing.
Initially, Mr. Cohen refused to accept that he owed the debt.
I don't owe nobody no money.
What you do?
But finally, he agreed to pay £100 and follow a payment plan.
Give me 25. That's fine, no problem. I'm happy with that.
Mr. Cohen paid the £100, but no further instalments. So Brian is back.
Maybe reasons why he hasn't stuck to the arrangement. But he hasn't notified us. He has been trying to get hold of me with the office, so I thought I'd pop by and see what's going on.
If Mr. Cohen won't pay, then the writ means that goods can be seized to cover the debt.
Hello, Mr. Cohen, how are you? It's Brian. Thank you, sir. Nice man, see? I'm sure my clients are like that. Did you call the office?
20 times. Listen, they keep threatening me.
Don't worry about them, I'll deal with it. I'll deal with you now, in the right way. No problem.
The right way?
Yeah, man.
So if we're coming in, there's a couple of...
No problem, no problem.
No scary?
No.
No, I'm taking stuff?
No.
No,
I'll treat you the way you treat me.
No, listen.
Yeah?
Mr. Cohen wants to challenge the debt in court, but at the moment, the judgment still stands. So Brian needs to get him back on the payment plan.
How have you been?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The reason I've come back here
Yes.
is because I've seen you defaulted, and you did try and contact me.
I know, you don't answer the phone. I need the case number, the court place. Which court is it?
Yes.
The number
Numbers,
of the case?
I've got it all for you.
Okay. And I need to pass it to the lawyer?
Here's the High Court writ, okay? These are the numbers for your solicitor.
Okay, wonderful.
Are you claiming any benefits at the moment?
Of course,
What?
I'm on disabilities.
Hang on, which one?
And I'm on income support. And I get housing.
Housing, yeah.
Yeah, some of it, not all of it, obviously.
Part, yeah. And you say that you had a brain tumour, yeah?
I had.
And when did that occur? How long ago was that?
9 years ago.
And how have you found life since then?
Terrible. I keep forgetting. I become a little bit aggressive, a little bit impatient. Things,
yeah.
you know, these things which people see you, they think you're normal. You are normal, but you're not normal, you know? I know I'm an aggressive person because I got issues, yeah?
We've all got issues.
Yeah. No.
But what we need to do, because the formalities and the arrangement has been set, I need to try and put you back on that until you deal with this.
Okay.
Yeah? And I'm happy to do that for you still.
Thank you.
Okay? I'm not here to be difficult. I'm here to treat you the same way you treat me.
I know you.
Yeah?
I know your job,
Yeah?
and I know sometimes you need to.
It's
Listen,
fine.
I'm an ex-soldier, so I know the procedures.
Brian thinks he has a deal.
Yes.
I'm happy.
Thank you very much.
Any
for
problems,
coming.
please call me.
Lovely.
Okay?
No problem. Thank you very much.
No worries.
Now you're happy.
When do you want to do the first payment again?
Yeah.
When do you want to do that one? £100 again?
What for? I'm not paying no more.
No, you've got to listen to what I'm saying. We've got to set it, and we've got to set the arrangement.
Yes.
Yeah, until you set it aside.
Okay.
Are you with me? As it stands, the writ is still live. It's still ongoing. But in the meantime, get that down to your solicitor and sort it out.
No problem.
Hopefully, I don't come back here and see you again.
No, do you want?
Unless we're having a drink.
We want. Thank you very much.
Yeah, good luck. God bless
Cheers.
you.
All the best.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Because he's so vulnerable, I wouldn't take control of his goods. That's what the law states. You have to take people's vulnerability into consideration, and I clearly have and will with Mr. Cohen. And he's just trying to live every day as it comes, to be quite honest. But he's always got that big smile on his face, which you can't deter, and you can't put him down, and I admire it.